We've got a great matchup this week as the New England Patriots fly down to the Dallas Cowboys, who had a shocking loss in Week 3, and they are looking to bounce back. And the Patriots got their first win against a tough New York Jets defense, not a tough offense. So they will definitely be paying a little bit more attention to the Dallas Cowboys offense here, who's looking to bounce back, as mentioned, from just a tough performance. And Ryan, I know you're the Patriots fan, so I kind of want to talk. I know you talk a lot about them. I want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys here real quick.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys just need to look prepared. And that loss against the Cardinals, which should not have been a loss, but in huge credit to the Cardinals, they look significantly better than anybody. I think even Cardinals fans gave them credit for.
Yeah.
But even then, though, talent-wise, on paper, you go position by position, it's like, yeah, CeeDee Lamb should have a day. Dak Prescott should have a day. Tony Pollard should have a day. And they just looked off. They looked unprepared.
That to me was the big thing, is like this offense got hit in the mouth and then they didn't really know how to respond, because I think they expected this Cardinals defense to just kind of be a pushover, whereas like they, while might not be the most talented group, they came out to play and they were gonna play hard. And so for me, I think that's kind of where they got caught there. What is really concerning for me is the Cowboys on the defensive side of the ball. That without Trayvon Diggs, granted it was a few days after he tore his ACL and was declared out for the year, like they were missing assignments. They were just not doing what they should have been doing on the back end. But then they coupled that with poor run defense play. They ran the ball. The Cardinals ran the ball right at Micah Parsons, and there was just nothing he was really able to do about it, because he was getting double teamed by the tight end and tackle, or like on passing plays, he was getting chipped by the running back, or the running back was helping the tackle there. So he was never really one-on-one. For me, like this Cowboys defense, they need to bounce back this week and not blow coverages, because they had, I think, 6 or 7 like just completely blown coverages that led to big plays for the Cardinals. The other thing, Dak Prescott has not looked good this year. I don't think they're necessarily putting him in the best situations to win, because I think that they're trying to establish the run, but this offensive line has a good bit of injuries. Tyron Smith, Tyler Biotish, Zach Martin, Chuma Edoga, all on the injury report this week. None of them, if they played last week, were playing healthy. So, like, this offensive line is an area for concern, and they're trying to establish the run on early downs, which is putting them in 3rd and longs, which is not what you want Dak Prescott to be. Also, Dak Prescott, similar to like a Justin Fields scenario, he's not running the ball nearly as much this year as he has in years past. I'm not sure if some of that is injuries or coaching or what. It's just kind of an interesting thing to keep an eye on. So,
well, and that's one of the things too, and just to address that real quick, is I do think, I mean, Dak Prescott had a horrible game. I do think, and I believe he might be overrated. In my opinion, I don't think he is as much talent as I think as a lot of people hype him up to be. I think one of the things then too was the last decision, like I think his last throw of the game, the interception in the red zone. But just dudes in triple coverage, like even if that linebacker wasn't there, it was just a horrible decision, as both the cornerbacks or safeties, whichever position they were going to get there, and like Brandon Cooks was not open yet for some reason. He decided
the linebacker did do a good job of kind of staying behind the line and coming across the field. From the side angle, you can clearly see that linebacker's right there. But from the quarterback's point of view, that is a little bit harder to diagnose, because the guy is so close to the line of scrimmage. It's hard to see him like kind of working across the field. So, but that's not an excuse. That is still a horrible pass. And as a quarterback, you need to be able to read that linebacker.
Well, and so that's what, and I was going to preface that though, is that was kind of his first very serious competitive game where like he needed to step up and be the star quarterback. Even if you go look at the Jets game, we all knew. I mean, that Jets offense kept, or Zach Wilson kept that Jets offense in check. And so it just turned out to just be kind of a blowout. And so it was like, don't make mistakes. And then in the week 1 Giants game, like, I mean, I don't even know if he got to 150 passing yards, just because it was kind of a joke the entire time.
Yeah. So that's,
I was just going to just wrap it up. I can understand that, like, with the situation the Cowboys have been in, that was kind of the first time he really had to like get true rust off, while the other games almost felt a little bit like preseason games in a little bit.
So I agree. The Jets game was actually fairly close, I think, through 3 quarters because that defense was able to hold this offense in check. And what I mean by that is right now the Cowboys have one of the worst red zone offenses in the league.
That's true.
And they were able to hold them to field goals. So like midway through the third quarter, it's 21-10 and the Jets have the ball. Zach Wilson does Zach Wilson things. He ended up turning the ball over late. They ended up getting another field goal. But like this Jets defense was really able to kind of stymie this Cowboys offense. And it's going to be interesting. I think this is going to be a really close matchup. And in matchup wise, like I actually somewhat favor the Patriots. I just think this defense is going to be able to stifle this offense. I think the Cardinals might have laid out a little bit of a blueprint for the Patriots to get after this Cowboys defense. So,
So what else do you think the Patriots need to do? Like how do you think Mac Jones is going to do against this defense?
So this is the first game where Mac Jones has not had to deal with some sort of weather. Even in the Miami game, it was still like a yucky day, like a little bit of wind. In the 2 other games, in the Philly game and the Jets game, it was pouring rain almost the entire time. And I think this game will be played indoors. It's going to be perfect conditions. I think the Patriots are going to air the ball out. This secondary looked horrible against the Cardinals, and they had multiple blown coverage, as I mentioned earlier. I think the Patriots, they're going to spread them out and make them have to stick to their assignments. Mac Jones has shown that he has improved his arm strength a little bit. He can make some of the tighter window throws. He's not putting nearly as many balls up for grabs. He still is making a couple decisions a game that you're like, okay, let's not do that. But he's definitely improved. I also think that they're going to line up and run the ball downhill with Zeke. One of the things that they did with Pharaoh Brown was line him up as a fullback against the Jets. And I love that. Get this ball going downhill. This Cowboys defense has not looked good against the run. And so I think if they can line up, power run, and then on different drives or series, spread the ball out, right? Get that Cowboys defense running sideline to sideline, and then we'll kind of see what happens from there. So I don't know if I've given this away yet, but I am actually going to go with the Patriots on this one. I think Dak Prescott has not looked good. Bill Belichick is going to organize this defense in a way that I think is going to really stifle this Cowboys offense. And I still think that this Cowboys defense is going to be reeling a little bit from the Trayvon Diggs loss. And I do expect them to have some blown coverages come Sunday. It's going to be an interesting game. I think it's going to be close, but I think it's going to be like a 23-17 type of game for New England.
No, it's definitely going to be close. I think I almost think if you're the Cowboys offense, you kind of almost want to come in and have a similar mindset and game plan as you did against the Jets defense. Yeah. I think I would definitely say that the Patriots and Jets defense is comparable. And with me kind of saying that, and I know Mac Jones has looked really good, all things considered, especially with not really having a great offensive line or receivers. So better play callers at least Bill O'Brien seems to be doing better. But that's not saying much though in general. And with that being at home, I think coming off just a tough loss, a tough week losing Trayvon Diggs, the Jets, and this is where it comes into coaching. They almost seem to be much better prepared for these high-powered intensity games. Going up against the Jets, then even like Sunday Night Football against the Giants as well, they definitely look more prepared. And they didn't really have to be in that one. And I still think there's some vulnerabilities with the Patriots offense overall. I think Micah Parsons is going to have a bounce back game. Being at home, I'm actually going to lean towards Dallas. I like that 23-17 score, so I'll do that. I'll just reverse the team. Actually. So,
no, I think this is going to be a really close matchup. I'm looking forward to kind of seeing how this game plays out. But let's go ahead and wrap this video up here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below on who you think is going to come out ahead, the Dallas Cowboys or the New England Patriots. Let us know what you think. Other than that, we'll see you guys next time.